The sky over Germany is gray. It is March 1945. The war is almost over, but no one knows it yet. No one in the sky anyway. The bombers still fly. The fighters still escort. The Germans still fight. Still kill. Still die. The altitude is 25,000 feet. 7,000 meters. The air is thin. Cold. Minus 40 degrees Celsius. Cold enough to freeze saliva before it leaves a mouth. Cold enough to kill in minutes without oxygen. Cold enough to turn blood to ice. The sky is empty up here. No birds. No clouds. Just blue. Endless blue. And contrails. White streaks across the canvas. Proof that men are here. Flying. Fighting. Dying. The formation is massive. 300B, 17 flying fortresses. Heavy bombers. Heading toward Berlin. Their last mission. Maybe. Probably. The escorts are above. P-51 Mustangs mostly. Fast. Agile. Beautiful. But also P-38 Lightnings. The twin boom fighters. Distinctive. Unmistakable. Fork-tailed devils the Germans call them. 30 P-38s from the 55th Fighter Group. Flying top cover. High and wide. Watching. Waiting. Ready. Second Lieutenant Jack Morrison sits in the cockpit of his P-38. Number 84. Painted on the nose. Below it the name. Lucky Lady. Not his choice. The crew chief named it. After his girl back home. Jack does not have a girl. Does not have time. Does not have hope for after. Just now. Just this mission. Just survival. He is 22 years old. From Denver, Colorado. Middle-class family. Father is accountant. Mother is teacher. Jack was supposed to go to college. Study engineering. Then Pearl Harbor happened. He enlisted. Became pilot. Fighter pilot. P-38 pilot. Flew from England since October 1944. 5 months. 63 missions. 11 kills. 3 probables. Ace plus 6. His squadron mates call him lucky. Because he is. Shot down twice. Bailed out once. Crash landed once. Walked away both times. Without scratch. Without injury. Without explanation. Just luck. Pure dumb luck. But luck runs out. Everyone knows that. Every pilot knows that. The odds catch up. Always. It is just math. Just probability. Just time. Jack flies in formation. Finger 4. Standard tactical formation. 4 planes. Flight leader. Wingman. Element leader. Element wingman. Jack is element wingman. Position 4. The most junior. The most vulnerable. The one who watches everyone 6. The one who calls out threats. The one who dies first if anyone does. He has been in this position for 3 months. Waiting for promotion. For advancement. For survival. His flight leader is Captain Robert Hayes. 26. Veteran. 2 tours. 23 kills. Good pilot. Good leader. Steady. Jack trusts him. His wingman is Lieutenant Danny Cooper. 23. Aggressive. Hot shot. 16 kills. Too confident. Too reckless. But skilled. Very skilled. The element leader is Lieutenant Steve Walsh. 24. Quiet. Methodical. 19 kills. Professional. Jack's mentor. Jack's friend. Jack's hope to become. They fly in silence. Radio discipline. No chatter. No talk. Just business. Just war. Just focus. The mission is simple. Escort bombers to Berlin. Protect them from German fighters. Bring them home. Simple. But not easy. Never easy. The Luftwaffe is desperate now. Low on fuel. Low on pilots. Low on hope. But still dangerous. Still deadly. Still capable. They throw everything into the fight. Jets. Me-262s. Faster than anything Allied. Rocket planes. Me-163s. Insane. Suicidal. But effective. And the old guard. FW-190s. Me-109s. Skilled pilots. Veterans. Survivors. Men with nothing to lose. At 1,147 hours, Captain Hayes' voice crackles on radio. Bandits. 10 o'clock high. Estimate 20 plus. Jack looks. Sees them. Small dots against the blue. Diving. Fast. Focused. Coming for the bombers. Hayes says engage. We take them before they reach the big friends. Formation breaks. Each pair peeling off. Jack follows Walsh. Throttles forward. Engines roar. The twin Allisons. 1,200 horsepower each. 2,400 total. The P-38 accelerates. Fast. Not as fast as Mustang, but fast enough. They close. The dots become shapes. Me-109s. Gustav models. Late war. Stripped down. Light. Fast. Desperate. The Germans do not see the P-38s. Focused on bombers. Tunnel vision. Fatal mistake. Walsh fires first. Long burst. 50 caliber machine guns. For in the nose. Tracers reach out. Red streaks. They hit. The Me-109 smokes. Rolls. Dives. One down. Jack picks his target. Second Me-109. Diving toward bombers. Jack follows. Dives. Faster. The P-38 is heavy. 8 tons. It dives fast. Gravity assists. He closes. 500 yards. 400. 300. He fires. Short burst. Controlled. Accurate. Hits. The Me-109 explodes. Fuel tank. Orange fireball. Debris. 2 down. Jack pulls up. Hard. G-forces crush. Vision tunnels. Gray out. He holds. Levels. Breathes. Looks around. The sky is chaos. Planes everywhere. Americans. Germans. Bombers. Fighters. Tracers. Smoke. Death. Beautiful. Terrible. Hell at 25,000 feet. Then Jack sees it. Something wrong. One bomber. B-17. Breaking formation. Trailing smoke. Both outboard engines dead. Feathered props. The plane is losing altitude. Slowly. Falling behind. Vulnerable. Alone. And Germans see it too. For Me-109s. Circling. Sharks. Predators. Waiting. The bomber crew sees them. The tail gunner fires. Tracer arcs. Desperate. Ineffective. The Me-109s close. They will shred the B-17. Kill the crew. 10 men. Boys. Americans. Jack looks at his flight. Walsh is engaging. Cooper is engaging. Hayes is engaging. Everyone is fighting. Everyone is occupied. Protocol says stay in formation. Stay with your element. Do not break. Do not freelance. Do not be hero. Dead heroes help no one. But that bomber. Those men. Alone. Dying. Jack makes decision. Bad decision. Right decision. Stupid decision. He breaks formation. Hard bank. Dive. Toward the bomber. Toward the Germans. Toward death maybe. Walsh shouts on radio. Morrison, where are you going? Jack says one bomber needs help. Walsh says negative. Stay in formation. That is order. Jack says sorry, sir. Cannot do that. He clicks off radio. Focuses. The Me-109s do not see him. Focus on bomber. Fatal mistake. Jack comes from above. Behind. Sun at his back. Invisible. He picks lead German. Fires. Long burst. 2 seconds. Hits. The Me-109 disintegrates. Wings fold. Fuselage breaks. Pilot ejects. Parachute opens. 3 down. The other Germans react. Break. Scatter. Look for threat. Find Jack. Alone. Outnumbered. Bad position. They turn. Coming for him. 3 versus 1. Not good odds. Jack banks. Hard. The P-38 turns. Not tight. Not like Me-109. But enough. He dodges. 1 German fires. Misses. Jack fires back. Hits. Tail. Rudder. Control surfaces damaged. The German pulls away. Limping. 4 down. 2 left. They coordinate. 1 high. 1 low. Pincer. Classic. Deadly. Jack cannot fight both. Cannot maneuver. Cannot escape. He chooses. Goes after low German. Ignores high. Dangerous. Insane. But only choice. He dives. Guns blazing. Hits the low German. Engine. Smoke. Fire. The German rolls. Dies. Falls. 5 down. But the high German is on Jack. Point blank. Firing. Jack feels impacts. Thud. 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 His left engine explodes. Fire. Smoke. Alarm bells. The plane shudders. Yaws. Jack feathers the prop. Kills the engine. Fire suppression. The fire goes out. But he has 1 engine. Half power. Cannot climb. Cannot run. Cannot fight. The last German circles. Coming around. Lining up. Kill shot. Jack is done. He knows it. Dead man flying. He thinks about Denver. About his parents. About college he never attended. About girl he never met. About life he never lived. Then tracers. From above. Not at Jack. At the German. The German explodes. Direct hit. 6 down. Jack looks. Another P-38. Walsh. His element leader. His friend. His savior. Walsh says on radio, next time you break formation, Morrison, tell someone. Jack laughs. Relieved. Grateful. Alive. Says, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. Walsh says, now get that bomber home. That is why you broke formation. Finish the job. Jack says, yes, sir. Jack forms on the damaged B-17. Flying escort. 1 engine. Limping. The bomber is worse. 2 engines. Barely flying. Losing altitude. The crew sees Jack. Waves. Grateful. Hopeful. The pilot radios. Says, thanks, Lightning. We thought we were done. Jack says, not today. I will get you home. Stay with me. They fly together. Across Germany. Across France. Across Channel. Toward England. Toward safety. Toward home. It takes 2 hours. Longest 2 hours of Jack's life. The bomber keeps dropping. 5,000 feet. 4,000. 3,000. The English coast appears. White cliffs. Dover. Beautiful. They cross. Over land. Over safety. The bomber is at 1,000 feet. Engine smoking worse. The pilot says we are not making base. We are putting down. First field we see. Jack says, Roger. I will follow. They find airfield. Emergency strip. Short. Rough. But there. The bomber lands. Hard. Fast. No flaps. No hydraulics. Tires blow. Brakes fail. The plane skids. Off runway. Into grass. Into mud. Stops. Smoking. Broken. But down. Crew bails out. Running. In case of fire. In case of explosion. 10 men. All alive. All safe. All grateful. Jack circles. 1 engine. Cannot land. Too risky. He radios base. Says need emergency clearance. 1 engine. Low fuel. They vector him. To his home field. 50 miles. He barely makes it. Fuel gauge empty. Engine coughing. He lands. Textbook. 1 engine landing. Smooth. The plane rolls. Stops. Jack shuts down. Sits. Breathing. Shaking. Alive. Ground crew swarms. Checking damage. Left engine destroyed. 37 bullet holes. Hydraulics shot. Fuselage damaged. The crew chief whistles. Says, Lieutenant, how did you fly this home? Jack says, stubbornness. The crew chief laughs. Says, lucky lady earned her name today. Jack nods. Agrees. Debriefing happens 3 hours later. Captain Hayes is there. Walsh. Cooper. Intelligence officers. Jack tells story. Breaking formation. Engaging Germans. Protecting bomber. Getting hit. Barely making it home. Hayes is silent. Face hard. When Jack finishes, Hayes says you disobeyed direct order. broke formation, endangered yourself, endangered element. That is court-martial offense. Jack says, yes, sir. I understand. But those men, that bomber, they would have died. Hayes stares, then says, yes, they would have. And because you broke formation, because you disobeyed, because you were stupid and brave and lucky, they did not. 10 men are alive because of you. Hayes pauses, then says, I am recommending you for Distinguished Flying Cross. Jack stares, cannot process, cannot believe. Says, sir, I broke formation. You said court-martial. Hayes says I said it was offense. I did not say I would do it. You saved lives, Morrison. That is what matters. That is what we do. Rules exist to protect. But sometimes protecting means breaking rules. You made judgment call. You were right. Do not make habit of it. But this time, you were right. Jack nods. Throat tight. Says thank you, sir. Hayes says dismissed. Get some rest. You earned it. The B-17 crew finds Jack 2 days later. They drive to his base. All 10. Pilot, co-pilot, navigator, bombardier, engineer, radio operator. For gunners, they find Jack at the flight line, checking his plane. New engine installed. Repairs almost done. The pilot approaches. Captain James Wheeler, 25, tall, thin, tired. He says you're the P-38 pilot, the one who saved us. Jack says I just did my job, sir. Wheeler says no. You broke formation. Risked your life. Saved ours. That is not just job. That is heroism. Jack says anyone would have done it. Wheeler says, but no one else did. You did. We came to thank you. To tell you. You gave us our lives back. We will not forget. We will not waste it. Because of you we get to go home. See families. Have futures. That is gift. Thank you. The crew nods. Agrees. Some crying. All grateful. Jack does not know what to say. Just nods. Says you are welcome. Stay safe. Get home. They shake hands. Hug. Then leave. Jack watches them go. Thinks about the choice. The decision. Breaking formation. Everything changed. 10 men alive. Him alive. Lucky. So lucky. But also right. Sometimes rules must be broken. Sometimes formation must be left. Sometimes one pilot must act. Must risk. Must choose. That is lesson. That is truth. War ends. May 1945. Jack survives. 71 missions. 14 kills. Distinguished Flying Cross. Air Medal with clusters. He goes home. To Denver. To college. Studies engineering. Graduates. Works aerospace. Designs planes. P-38 successor. Jets. Always thinking about that day. About the choice. About the bomber. About the men. He marries. Has children. Lives full life. Good life. Normal life. But never forgets. In 1985, he attends reunion. 55th Fighter Group. Old men now. 60s. 70s. They gather. Tell stories. Remember friends. Remember war. Remember youth. Jack meets someone. Captain Wheeler. The B-17 pilot. Now 70. Retired teacher. They embrace. Brothers. Bound by one moment. One decision. One broken formation. Wheeler says I told my students about you. Every year. About the fighter pilot who broke rules to save lives. About courage. About choice. About doing right thing even when wrong. Jack says I was just a scared kid. Wheeler says no. You were a hero, whether you believe it or not. Jack smiles. Says maybe we both were. Survivors. That is heroism enough. They agree. Drink. Remember. Honor. The fallen. The saved. The lucky. The brotherhood. Forever. Jack dies in 2003. 80 years old. His funeral is large. Family. Friends. Veterans. The 55th Fighter Group sends honor guard. Wheeler attends. Gives eulogy. Says Jack Morrison broke formation on March 1945. Seconds later, everything changed. 10 men lived who should have died. One pilot proved that sometimes breaking rules is the right thing. That courage is not following orders blindly, but knowing when to break them, to save lives, to do right. That is Jack's legacy. That is his lesson. That is his gift to us. The mourners stand, salute, remember, and in Denver, at Air Force Academy, a plaque hangs. It reads, Second Lieutenant Jack Morrison, 55th Fighter Group, Distinguished Flying Cross, March 1945. Broke formation to save bomber crew. 10 men lived because one man chose. Remember, that rules serve humans, not humans serve rules. That sometimes greatest act is breaking formation and trusting yourself to do what is right, even when everything says it is wrong. That is courage. That is sacrifice. That is heroism. Forever.